I've seen a lot of games, and I have a feeling this one is going to be special.
Here's a look at the 5 greatest games of the NFL's greatest team season, with an honorable mention belonging to so many great finishes for the New England Patriots of 2007. After Gostkowski's game winner in overtime at the Broncos, just 1 week later, McNair finds Rodney Thomas with 10 seconds to go to knock out New England in Foxborough. Then in Week 12 from the Bayou, New Orleans scores on its final 3 drives of regulation. Hartley hits the field goal, and led by Breeze, the Saints stun the Patriots in overtime. And that leads us to the one appearance into the top 5 for the 2007 Patriots, a Week 16 thriller against the 1999 Jaguars. Jacksonville hung in against the high-powered Patriots in a must-win for them. The game featured a total of 890 yards and 37 first downs. But with under 2 minutes left, Beasley's critical interception gave the Jags the ball and the late lead. They needed just 1 first down to win it. Instead, Stewart loses the ball. He doesn't, and the game is over. Jacksonville is settling for quarterback knees to come out with the win. Instead, Stewart, with a brutal mistake, loses the fumble here. The Patriots capitalize on that next drive with a touchdown to Falk with 12 seconds left in regulation. Forcing overtime, the Patriots get the ball and win the game with Gostkowski. An incredible finish to a great game, and the number 5 game of the NFL's greatest team season, 30-27. Speaking of must-wins, the number 4 game on our countdown features the 1976 Raiders, who win this game against Baltimore or the season is over. We could have never imagined how good this one panned out. Tony Banks and the Ravens fall behind by 10 and then come alive in the second half, scoring 28 of the game's next 35 points, and this critical Dwayne Starks pick six with 2:33 to go lifts the Ravens in front 28-17. Oakland catches fire with the season on the line. Mike Siani grabs the touchdown. The defense forces a stop, but then Stabler for the win is picked off by Jamie Sharper, as you can see, with just 22 seconds left. A brutal defeat for the Raiders by 5. The number 3 best game of the NFL's greatest team season features the longest game of the year. This one ended on the final play of overtime between the 72 Dolphins and the 15 Panthers. In the game, Bob Greasy threw for over 400 yards for the first time in franchise history, and Miami racked up 502 yards of offense in the riveting back-and-forth battle. In overtime, Norman nearly won the game on that interception. Neither offense could do much in overtime. It seemed we were destined for a tie before Greasy launches a deep ball to Howard Twilley to set up the game winner for Garo Yepremian. It was a riveting finish to this overtime classic, won by the 1972 Dolphins 30-27. There were plenty of points in the game from Charlotte, but in Week 11 from Tampa Bay, Florida, it was a straight-up barn burner between Tom Brady and Drew Brees. A thrilling back-and-forth battle where the two quarterbacks were on their A-game throughout. The offenses averaged 9.4 yards per pass, including a big one to Chris Godwin to put Tampa in front, but New Orleans would battle back in the ballgame and led it 35-28 before Mike Evans reels in this beauty from Tom Brady right between the eyes to give the Bucs the late lead, 38-35. Then Devin White wins the game. A thrilling back-and-forth battle won by the Bucs by 3. And the number 1 best game of the greatest team season was the 4th highest scoring game in league history, a Week 13 AFC battle between the 19 Chiefs and the 98 Broncos. 41-38 was the final score in this instant classic. The two quarterbacks were incredible. Denver racked up 507 yards, third most in league history, but they needed every one of those yards to stave off Mahomes and the Chiefs. With under a minute left in regulation, This touchdown to Williams pushed Kansas City in front by 4. The game appeared to be over, but Denver marched right downfield, and Davis, with just 15 seconds left in regulation, scores the touchdown for the lead, giving Kansas City one last shot. After a Mahomes short completion to Kelsey, he'd find the tight end yet again, and had he not broken an extra tackle, maybe the Chiefs have one more play, but the game ends right there. 79 points between AFC West rivals in the greatest game of the greatest team season.